Hello everyone, welcome back to the Season 5 F1 2019 career mode with Ferrari here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's time for qualifying. Practice has been a bit, I think, a little trickier. And I'm recording this as the actual Grand Prix has been completed a couple hours ago. Good points all for Ferrari. Yeah, I struggled a bit in practice on here, but yeah, we're looking to hopefully improve that in quality. I think a P6 would be satisfying for me. It'd be a satisfied result. But let's see if we can manage it. We've got some upgrades coming on the Ferrari. Yeah, for a major upgrade for Azerbaijan with the aerodynamics. Try and get like an ultimate upgrade, like a major upgrade. Not a major. There's let's see, for example, I think it's ultimate. That's major, ultimate. Yeah, so an ultimate upgrade. Hopefully, next couple races we can purchase that. But for now, let's head into qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure. It's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
I don't expect to be in the fight for pole, where it was a bit of a different story in Australia, where it felt like we were in the fight for pole. It was only 23 thousandths of a second off Vettel in that particular session. And then they were across the line to start the first flying lap of the session. Not too many cars out on the track at the moment. Braking into turn 1. I think it's about turn 10. When you go downhill, I've been struggling with that corner. Ricardo sets a 128.0. We should go quicker than that. Yeah, this corner I've been struggling with in practice. I mean, that time around, that was a tidier entry into turn 10 and a tidier exit as well. Signs of 27.9. Do go all four wheels off the track there, but doesn't invalidate the lap time. Not as strict as they are in real life now. And out of the final corner, Stack at a 27. We do a 27.5. Some of the mediums though. We go quickest for the time being. Try and get a nice exit out the final corner. Just power down past the DRS, activate that with the rear wing, looking like that with the DRS flap. A bit later on the brakes there into turn 1. Up on my PB. That was very squirrely on the curbing. That seemed a little tidier than the first run into turn 10. Tenths up, middle sector. We're heading into the final corner now. Bit late on the brakes, going wide. And we power across the line. P12. We've got time for one more run as the fuel burns off, so we'll go again. We should be safe, but we'll go again. We've got time for one more lap. One more lap. I think that's that hassle over there. Alright, as the fuel burns off, we can go for one more run. Here we go then. Last
30
lap.
seconds left in the session.
Oh, 1,000th of the second down on my PB at the moment. So make sure we get tidy through these corners, especially this one coming up. Exceeded track limits warning, we've gone wide, very wide, and that's it. That is it. Avoiding the barrier just about. That was a good save, but that lap we were 1/10 out. We had to push very hard, but that's it for our qualifying as we will enter the pit lane. We should be okay, but yeah, I've been struggling all weekend here in Bahrain. have to adjust the brake bias or something to try and get a bit of extra performance in the car. Struggling a bit. Because Verstappen was only a couple tenths off on the medium and we were on the soft. As we are safely through. Oh wow, Verstappen did stick it out on the medium there. Lewis Raikkonen in Q1 and Alfa Romeo. The Red Bull's only 13th and 14th, but the 15th, he's through to Q2 just about. We've lost Kubica, Grosjean, Hulkenberg, Russell and Rago. Both Williams, a Racing Point, a Renault and an Alfa Romeo. Sergio Perez sets the quickest lap in Q1. Weber very close behind in P2 there. Hamilton 3 tenths back. We're over a second, nearly a second behind on Vettel there. Wow. That is not what we really want to see. But we go to Q2 and I'm not 100% confident, to be honest, that we will get through to Q3. We have been struggling quite a bit. Oh, there is a car ahead, so we'll push and get a slipstream. It's from an Alfa Romeo. That must be Kevin Magnussen. So we'll try and get slipstream on this lap. But we're using used softs for this run. That's 128.0 once again. Perez slashes there, 126.7 for the McLaren. Oh, 3 tenths down in the first sector alone on Perez. That is quite a large margin to be down on. Leclerc goes quicker, 126.6, I've gone deep again, slightly dipping a wheel in the gravel there. Again, why? Just really struggling with this. Across the line, it's only P8, we're behind Ricciardo, 1.5 seconds off Leclerc, that is a massive gap. It's not quick enough, really. Weber goes quickest. We get a slipstream from anyone, not really, unless we let this car go by the Toro Rosso there. Just try and get a tow. Got to do something to try and get that extra few tenths, as we're in the drop zone at the moment. We haven't got a problem, we're just going to let this car go, this Toro Rosso Bottas go by. And now we'll start our lap. A fresh set of soft tyres. We should get the slipstream from the Finnish driver. So we'll power across the line to start second flying lap of Q2. On the front right. I thought we were going to go wide there, in all honesty. Kept it together though. Try to get that slipstream from Valtteri. We're not too close, and not too far. only 7/10 up at the moment. Leave it at 26.3 as we head round the final corner. That was a lot better exit that time around, and get the slipstream again from Valtteri. Across the line, I think it's a P4. That should be good. That was 1.2 seconds quicker than my previous attempt. Wow. We could always go again. May as well. Let's just go for it. Not so heavy on the curbing this time around. Verstappen will go up into P4, P5 for the time being. Okay, we're getting a bit close to Valtteri now, where I don't think it's helping me now. Although I think should be okay for Q3. Yeah, Bottas will let me go. But I don't think this lap will be an improvement. No, 2/10 down. Need a mighty final sector if we're going to improve this lap. I think this will be it for our Q2 once we cross the line. Yeah, it's not going to be an improvement. I think we're a couple tenths down, maybe more. Nearly 4 tenths down on that particular lap. 3, where do we? We're 9th. Both Mercedes out. Both Red Bulls are through, though. Leclerc was quick as Haas, topping Q2 there. Perez only 7th. Yeah, we do get through in 9th. We lost Bottas. Butler 14th. So both Toro Rossos, both Mercedes and Butler in the Renault there. Mercedes 11th and 12th. That's a bit of a shocker, to be honest. A bit closer to Vettel on that occasion. But it's time for Q. I feel like Vettel has a bit more of an advantage, but let's see what happens. So we'll start the first flying lap of Q3. There is one of the McLaren's ahead, either Hamilton or Perez. Don't know if we'll get a slipstream though. I think they're just a little too far ahead. Attacking the curb, keep it within the track limits as well. Oh my word. Grinding the curb very heavily there. Very aggressive on the curb. Stroll sets the first. Competitive lap 1:28.7. Oh, as we do go wide. Yeah, just a warning for that, but that's the first time we've made that error in quali. Weber sets provisional pole, 26.6. Weber got provisional pole in the house, his second race for the team. Gone very wide, and that's an invalid lap. That is an invalid lap. It would have been a 10th off Weber, but nearly half a second off Perez there. We'll let the Red Bull of Verstappen go to start. Hopefully the first lap, as we get to start. But we should get a lovely tone from the Red Bull. Verstappen goes 4th, fastest. Just 3.5 tenths down to Perez again. What is Verstappen doing? What is Verstappen doing? It's the second incident in qualifying Why would you let me go there? I think the AI are a bit broken in qualifying. Why did Verstappen just randomly back out in a dangerous spot? We need to get out there quickly, otherwise we're not going to have a time to settle that again. Here we go then. Second Q3 incident. It was Hamilton in Australia, now it's Verstappen in Bahrain. Don't know what they were doing. Time for one more flying lap if we get to the line in time. I'm not sure. Oh, just under 2 tenths down in the first sector, but we should be above the 10th. Perez on provisional pole. I think we will get one more go at it.
1 minute remaining, just 1 minute.
Yeah, we should get to the flag in time for one more flying lap. Qualifying over for both myself and Verstappen. I wonder if Verstappen's got a grid penalty. Hamilton didn't. Well, no, that was clearly his fault, and again, clearly Verstappen's fault for this one. 3 tenths down on Perez. Going aggressive on the curbing into the final corner. There'll be a dash to the line, and we set. We're 6 tenths off, but we will get one more lap to have a go at. Lighter on the fuel, hopefully. Another good lap, hopefully. That was an okay lap, I would say. Qualifying is complete. And the turn 10 again. Hamilton has taken pole by the looks of things. Only 2 tenths up on our current personal best. Currently P7. Perez has taken pole from Hamilton. Looks like it will be another McLaren front row lockout as we go wide into the final corner. Across the line. Oh, is that P5?
Excellent lap. We're really pleased.
5th, okay. One place better than I thought we'd get. 5th on the grid.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin,
Verstappen has got a
let's have
grid
quick look
penalty.
at those who will be
Good.
fronting the grid. Perez,
Good.
Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel.
That's what he
With
gets.
qualifying wrapped up, we now have our
Yeah.
grid lineup for the big race
Look
tomorrow.
at that.
Be sure to join us then.
Grid
for what
penalty.
will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Exactly, thank you. Oh, Weber got a warning as well for exceeding track limits. Yeah, grid penalty for Verstappen, 5 places. That's fair. Perez took pole position. Vettel wasn't far off. Just a 10th off Hamilton there. McLaren 1-2 again. Ferrari 3rd and 5th this time. I mean, yeah, we weren't far off 4th to Weber. 23 thousandths in it, but yeah, Vettel was quicker than me all throughout really, but I'll take P5.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. So, let's briefly discuss Lewis Hamilton. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. It's Sergio Perez on pole position today, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Weber, McDonald and Leclerc, Magnussen, Stroll, Ricciardo and Pierre Gasly. Verstappen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Norris, Devon Butler and Bottas, Raikkonen, Russell, Nico Hülkenberg and Roman Grosjean. Kubica and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, so Sainz also taken a grid penalty. Go a little lower on the fuel. Probably looking like a 2-stop, I would say. Soft, medium, medium. If we could stretch to a 1-stop, that would be pretty good. We'll just have to see how it goes at the start, and let's get into it. The Bahrain Grand Prix on the formation lap. We'll get underway.
Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool
just
though, so
checking the
don't go too high with
temperatures
the
as
revs.
we go around the formation lap. Copy. So hopefully Vettel can get a good start and jump at least one of the McLarens. If he can get into the lead, that would be fantastic. Because I think we'd have a real race on our hands. If we can get track position, or Vettel can get track position over the McLarens, that would be brilliant. Weber, he'll be looking to get a good handful of points. After Australia's bad strategy call with the hard tyre, that really didn't help. Weber really could have had an easy P5 there if he was on the medium.
No rain expected. No rain
So the hard
expected
tyre
for
was
the time
definitely
being.
the wrong choice on that particular occasion. It's harder to get a good start on this particular F1 game, but it is possible to get a good start. You could try and take the outside line into the first corner or inside if we can get there. Just see how the getaways go, but hopefully Vettel can get ahead of one of the McLarens or both. And I think our absolute maximum possibility for today's race is a podium, 3rd place, maybe even 2nd. I don't know about the win, but who knows, we'll find out soon. Strategy could also come into play. Haas will be looking to get a ton of points today after Australia, but they've got the pace there. Ourselves at Ferrari, just a little bit slower, but McLaren continuing the form they had in Australia. Can they do it in Bahrain today? 29 laps ahead of us. Here come on the lights. In Bahrain, 5 red lights. What's out? And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. The Leclerc gets a really good start. Already passed myself there. So look at that! That Leclerc hits us again. That's twice he's hit us. What's that? So we'll force him off the track. We do get ahead of both Haas cars, but we do have damage. Damage on the front wing. Yeah, damage. Copy. I'm trying to go to the left to avoid him, but he really caught me by surprise with the braking there. We may have to try and live with this damage for a little bit. If the top three pull out quite far away. Yeah, I don't think we can. We're going to have to box. Box.
Pitting this lap then, coming to the pits at the end of this lap.
Leclerc's going to have to try and find a way by both Haas cars. Both of them are going to go through, and also Magnussen will go through. Yeah, we can't stay out with this damage. Front right of my front wing's completely gone. As Ricciardo gets down the inside, Devon Butler as well. Yeah, box, copy, box. Box this lap. Sergio Perez will lead after the first lap. Yeah, I'm going to go on to the medium very early. Yeah, it's the front right, the front wing that's gone. Not the start I was hoping for, but we'll have a fresh front wing on and try and
Complete, go now.
just run through some free air. We've got rid of those used soft tyres anyway. In fact, we're putting pressure on Hamilton. There's a big gap to the Haas cars now. Initially the start was good. If we didn't have that contact, then we would be in P4 comfortably. So we've got one stop left. We've got clean air to run. So we'll be at the back for a little while. But we should catch back up as the cars... No, not spread out yet. They may be battling, which will help us catch up. Perez has got a massive lead already. Put the brake bias up a little bit as well. We'll keep it into rich fuel mode. Perez with the fastest lap of the race so far. Well, Vettel's up into second place. He's got ahead of Hamilton. So there is pace in the Ferrari for sure.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS
That's what
is
we'll
now
catch
available.
up. It's Kubica at the rear of the field. Well, the rear of the train that is ahead of us by 20 seconds. Yeah, it was best to pit because that damage was way too much. But anything could happen ahead, that's for sure. As we go wide again into turn 10, really struggling in that corner. There might be some DRS trains forming. Butler made a fantastic start into the points from 13th on the grid. Up into, I believe, 8th place, 8th or 9th.
18.8 seconds.
Yeah, we're miles quicker than the group of cars ahead, for sure. If we get a safety car, we're right back in. It's a long race, so not going to worry too much being at the rear of the field. It's just that turn 10, I can't get the car slowed down the way I hope. Yeah, the only positive at the moment is I've got clean air with these fresh set tyres on. Vettel is maintaining second place here. He's ahead of one of the McLarens, which is fantastic to see. I wish I could join him, I really do. Hulkenberg losing a place to Grosjean. Grosjean on the soft. Lap 5 out of 29. All 20 runners still in the Grand Prix. Paris seems to be running away with this as Vettel's taken the fight to the McLarens in second. Hamilton right behind him in third. Should get DRS on him though. Hopefully Vettel can stay ahead. Grosjean and Hulkenberg having a battle for 17th. We have to go early on the brakes there to make turn 10 work for us. I think that turn 1 with Leclerc was just a racing incident, that one a racing incident really. I mean, I tried to get out of the way. Leclerc, I don't think had elsewhere to go with his teammate Lucas Weber alongside him, so bit of a racing incident really, in my opinion. Oh, Vettel's now third. Vettel down to P3 now. That race pace may seem a bit better, to be honest. I think we can still get a really decent amount of points. Yeah, the car's on the other side. Didn't hear that before, so we are gaining quite a bit on the rear of the field. So Perez is getting away with this. Big time. Big time.
Gap to car in front is 12.3 seconds.
Taking about a couple seconds or more out of the rear of the field bits of each lap. So for second wars on between Hamilton and Vettel. It's like personal best lap time.
Currently, the fastest lap is a 1:29.8.
No, best is a 1:37. 1:30.7. That is, wow, 9/10. Well, apparently, even though he is on soft and I've been doing my laps on mediums, but wow, that's quite the difference. We could go on to soft towards the end of the race, you know. should be on the back of Kubica. I hope. I hope so. I hope so anyway. But we're going to have to try and extend this stint to put ourselves back in contention here. Oh, that's one of the... Is that the Haas in the pits?
Data shows the tyres are okay right now. We anticipate good levels of grip for the next few laps at least.
Yeah, copy that. Oh, there's Weber in the pits already. Early stop for the German. He will come out ahead, but he's going to come out into quite a bit of traffic here. I don't know if that was a good decision again for the Haas team, for a strategy to be right into traffic. So the longer Weber is stuck there, quicker off. So I can already see him in the distance. So I feel like this might be another bad strategy call from Haas on Weber's side.
The car ahead is coming to fit the mediums.
Weber will catch this train quickly, don't get me wrong, but it's another thing to pass and overtake. He's got to clear him quickly.
We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about
So it will hurt his race if he can't.
drop down to mix too soon.
Vettel into the pits. Oh, the race, not race leader, that's Hamilton in the pits as well. Perez stays out. And he's got that margin, hasn't he?
Sebastian's in for his stop.
Really quick stop from the Ferrari crew. I think he's got ahead of the McLaren of Hamilton in the pits. So good work by the Ferrari pit crew. Put it back up into Rich. And Stroll on another set of softs, that seems to be. We will come out ahead of Stroll though, so we're not actually last now. I think Stroll's doing soft, and then medium would be my guess.
Stroll is behind you. They're on fresh softs. We think they've got one
Yeah,
stop.
so he's going to have to pit again anyway. There we go, Weber's coming up to some traffic now, so this will help me close up. Stroll should be quicker than me anyway on a fresh set of softs. Question is, should I fight him or not really? I go wide again into turn 10. Just can't get the car slowed down sometimes in that corner. I mean, the tyres, they still feel pretty good. They really do. The tyres are fine. I think I could go onto a set of softs for the final stint. And other guys probably on mediums, you know, so could be right back in section as Verstappen will now lead the race, but he's due a pit stop. Hopefully he doesn't take anyone else out. Ricardo's on the hard compound, probably go to the end. One of those tyres will get out just in front of him. Just out for the Australian driver. Thanks, Jeff. I think he came out the pit lane, so I didn't really pull off the most impressive of overtakes there, but thank you anyway. I'll take it as a compliment. Here we go, we're nearly at the back of the train now of cars. I said about lap 9, lap 10, we're on lap 10. And Kubica's just in front of us. Weber's cleared him. Yeah, Vettel is back ahead of Hamilton's McLaren. Weber making more moves now, I think, on the other Williams, potentially. Unsure who that is. Plenty of runners still in the race as well. And we've got more cars into the pits. Gasly, Vanderhart, Grosjean and all sorts. Verstappen is about to come out. We should get ahead of him. Just about. I think there was slight tyre-to-tyre contact, but nothing major whatsoever. And that was vital that we got out in front of Verstappen there. We're currently P15. But Verstappen's going to the end on those hard compound tyres. But light fuel load Ferrari on the softs in the end will be rapid at the end of the race. Good results still on the cars for sure. We'll get DRS for the first time now on Robert Kubica. Get him on the main start finish straight. Perez sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Kubica's going to go defensive, but we'll make sure we get the DRS. We'll cut back, put it up into standard fuel load, and we should get the run easily on Kubica. And we'll now make it overtakes happen as Verstappen will follow through on the Polish driver. Verstappen had a look down the inside myself. That wasn't going to work. Don't know what he was doing. Kubica's staying ahead of him. Well, fair play to Robert Kubica there. Hulkenberg next. Got to try and build a gap. I think Kubica holding up the Verstappen will help me. Yeah, both can say he's pitted for hard compound tyres. I think Weber, oh, he has cleared Russell as well. Weber's 2 cars between myself and Weber. We've got Hulkenberg and Russell, and then it's Weber. Man who started P4 on the grid. Up into Rich.
Hulkenberg is ahead of you. They're on old mediums. We think they've got one more stop.
Hulkenberg's going for everyone Russell now for P11. But while they battle, I can join in here. Or at least try to, as Verstappen's now cleared. Kubica, or has he? Kubica's hanging on.
You'll be on the mediums.
Oh, I think, yeah, Verstappen's finally made the move. Stick. Hulkenberg and Russell going wheel to wheel. Side by side from turn 4. We'll get down the inside of Russell with a slight tap on Hulkenberg there. It's a very light tap, so we're alright. But we had to make some moves here. Yeah, minor damage, but it's fine. A bit like Leclerc in real life in China. Could easily manage it. So I'm not concerned about the front wing. But that one, yeah, it was a lot more serious. Very minor damage. Get through on Hulkenberg, but I want to get the DRS, so he should stay ahead of me. And I will easily get in front of him on the main start finish straight, because I don't want him to just repass me. With the aid of DRS, Russell peels into the pit lane, more cars in the pits. I'm going to go around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. Up into P9, and Weber's the car ahead now. We're into the points again. 2.5 seconds ahead of me there.
30.7, you're falling back by around 1.2 seconds a lap.
Now the question is, should I go on to soft for the last stint? I would try and go to softs on the last stint.
Okay, gap ahead is 4.8 seconds.
Torosso from P2 is into the pit lane now. Still everyone running in the race as we approach half distance. As Bottas going on the hard corner.
We're coming
No,
in this
I'm
lap.
not going to pit yet. It's early. It's too early now. Too early. Step now the car behind again. Maybe we should go on mediums. Come to think of it. Just see how I feel, really. I think I can go for 2 more laps and then go on the softs. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, the car behind has
Ah,
newer tyres than you.
we're going
Maintain our
wide.
gap if possible.
That's not going to do the tyres any good. No, sir.
Remember, box this lap.
No.
Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line
Negative.
as you approach. Make
Negative
sure you don't
box,
speed.
negative.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Again, wide. I just can't get it slowed. Ugh. Right. I think one more lap. One more lap. Or I could risk to try and undercut Vega on a fresh set of softs, but my tyres will fall quite a bit at the end on the last couple laps. I'm gonna... Should I go for it? I've got to make a decision. Oh, I've got cars into the pit lane. Vettel in the pit lane. Do you know what? I'm staying out.
Sebastian is in the pits.
Let's hope for a safety car in the next lap. That'll put me back into contention. We're up to P4 now. That's where we were into turn 1. Stacken is ahead of the McLaren of Hamilton. You've just got to hope these guys battle it out so much. Or do we try and just stay out on these set of mediums?
Right, our current set of rubber is looking a bit worse for wear at this point. It's not going to be long before it falls away from us completely.
Yeah,
Stay
copy
alert.
that, I know. I'm not going to box this lap. I'm actually going to box. Or I have to go. No, negative box. Negative box. Staying out. Weber doesn't quite take the lead of the race. Carriers are still out in front in the lead. He's just in his own lobby, in his own lead. Unbelievable. Yeah, we've got to box this lap. Box.
Understood. Stopping this
Yeah,
lap.
box this lap. Is Weber going to try and stay out on the mediums?
You have P3. Weber ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 6.6 seconds. They're on old mediums. Verstappen behind. The gap behind us is 3.6 seconds. They're on old hards. Okay, gap to leader 27.5 seconds. Your pit window is open. Pit window is open. 12 laps to go.
Yeah, we're going to box for soft.
Weber is ahead of you. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 10 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Yeah, Weber's
The
not
time
going to
last
try
lap was a 1 minute
a one stop
30.9.
here.
You're losing around 3/10 a lap. Okay, we can take you this lap.
Box for softs. Weber's also in the pits. Hamilton fastest lap of the race.
Release.
2.1 seconds, good stop. We are on a used set, so but very lightly used set. Where are we going to feed out? We will have a lot of overtaking to do. Can we get ahead of the two Mercedes?
These tyres are up to speed.
Not quite. Ahead of one. We should clear Norris quickly now. Gasly's just right behind. Oh, we need to clear Norris quickly. He's holding me up. As we get down the inside of Lando.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
Weber is the next car, but he's also got work to do to clear cars. There's a whole train up ahead, so we'll try and catch up to that train. To lower the fuel mode here. Don't just push for these last laps.
The gap to the car ahead is 5.1 seconds. seconds.
No. Negative.
You have P13. P13, Butler ahead. Gap to car in front is 5.0 seconds. They're on old hards. Norris is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 2.0 seconds. They're on old hards. Our gap to first place is 32.9 seconds. Your pit window opens in 2 laps
No,
time.
we're not
9
pitting
laps to
again
go.
unless there's a safety car. Time's ticking up for that though. Should be within DRS hopefully in another couple laps of Butler. Weber's trying to make his way through that gaggle of cars.
A new strategy is available
No.
on the MFD. Confirmed.
No. No accepted, but I'm not gonna go for that. This is only at 130.2. Mercedes are battling for 14th, that is. Good that they're battling, but not for the position they hoped for, surely. Gap is 2.9 to Devon. Just haven't had the pace today, really. Bit unlucky at the start, but try to make progress. Put it back up into standard. We should get DRS on Butler and then start finish straight. Oh, there's yellow flags. First yellow flags we've seen of the race. Is that Vettel? It's Vettel, teammates out. And so we've got a virtual safety car. Teammate Sebastian Vettel out. The Bahrain Grand Prix. That is such a shame. That is a big load of points gone.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty.
Sole
Slow your
Ferrari
pace
left.
immediately.
Not a full safety car. I thought it was going to be, but it's going to be a virtual. That is such disappointment. That's all because of the first retirement of the race. There's only 5 laps to go. It's up to us now to score for the team damage limitation.
Sebastian stopped. His race is over.
Yeah, understood.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until
Gut
the green
stands, we won't score a single point. The team not going to score by the looks of things at the moment.
We
If
have
it
5 laps
stays
of
like
fuel remaining.
this.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
No, absolutely not. Up to Rich. Look at the DRS and Devon Butler as we're gaining. Into turn 1. Turns in on me. That's really weird. Why would you do that, Devon? We haven't changed one bit, my friend. Gave him plenty of time to let him know that I was there. But we'll move up into P11 and now we need to start making moves to get points for the team, salvage something.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.2 seconds.
We should catch the 3 cars ahead. I think that's the best we're going to get, really. It should be our personal best lap. Wait, 1:29.4. What is the fastest lap?
The fastest lap at this point in time is a
1:28.9.
1:28.9.
Don't know if we'd be getting that really, but it'd be useful if we did. There's battles up ahead, there's work was close. I think the 2 Toro Rossos, Bottas and Sainz battling over 9th place. This will help us catch up quickly. That's very important for our Grand Prix. Good side by side still. Still side by side. Oh, yellow flag signs has gone off. But the 2 Toro Rossos have made contact. Is Sainz able to rejoin? I think he is able to rejoin. The 2 Toro Rossos have come together. Team principal will not be happy about that.
There's 3 laps of fuel
But
remaining.
we are into the points now, thanks to their battle and contact. And we should get DRS on Bottas though, and they start finish straight. Just giving it a good run now.
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
We're going to go down the inside of Bottas. Oh, bit of end plate. It's come off his car. We were late on the brakes. We had to make a move there. Ricardo is 8th. We could get to him, but I don't think we could get any further. Got 2 laps to get Ricardo, which is more than possible. This has been a difficult start to the season. So gut-wrenching for Vettel. The only car that's out. He's been the quicker of the 2 Ferraris all weekend. goes away with nothing, which could have easily been a podium finish again. He was in the mix with the McLarens early on. Such a shame. What a shame. Unless we get some late drama with another car out that's in front of us to gain an extra position, some extra points. Looks like we'll have to try and get Ricardo before the finish.
There's only one lap of
We've
fuel
gone
remaining.
wide. Come on. One lap. To get a couple extra points. Not like that.
This is your final lap.
1.2
Final lap of the
behind
race.
Ricardo. Gone deep. Sergio Perez is going to win the Bahrain Grand Prix and he's going to take the championship lead. If I'm not mistaken. Hamilton takes the fastest lap back. Maybe they'll be level actually, I'm not sure. We're not going to get Ricardo in time though, unfortunately. It's going to be P9 from a difficult start to the race. Leave it at all. We won't go away empty-handed, but what could have been? It's P9.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Ay, ay, ay.
It was a tough race at times, but they've held on to take a great victory for McLaren today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure, and no doubt they'll be celebrating tonight. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Despite the best efforts of our championship leader, that lead has taken a bit of a knock today. Some amazing talent out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
For me, it's Kimi Raikkonen, someone who definitely doesn't get enough attention for how well he performs out on the track.
Let's move on to the constructors. McLaren continue to increase their gap at the top. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Yeah, difficult result to take in there. I mean, down to 8th in the standings, Vettel 6th. It was, yeah, a tough one. Really tough Grand Prix out there. Faber gets his first points on the board as well with 7th. Haas move up to 5th in the standings in the constructors, with 3rd in the constructors. Yeah, really poor result. Unfortunate for Vettel, the only car not to finish, not to see the checkered flag. It'll be P9. Hopefully, next race will be better. No safety car, just a virtual, and then the 2 Toro Rossos making contact towards the end. Made us have one less overtake to worry about, really. Leclerc podium for the Haas team. Yeah, they got a whole load of points. We only came away with 2 points. Better than nothing. Difficult race. The pace was there to fight for a podium for sure. Hopefully be stronger in China. But that will be it, guys. Take care. Good